Draws here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I hope you decide to stick around, and happy Friday! We got another weekly vlog. I say happy Friday very sarcastically, because it's still Wednesday for me, as I record this, sadly. But, you know what? We're just chill vibes here. I don't really know where I'm going with that. Anyway, as you saw from the, or if you look, people look at titles of videos, right? Yeah. If you looked at the title of the video, you probably know that this is a video about how to price your commissions, and I broke this up into do's and don'ts, because you would not be surprised. Sorry, that came out really wrong. You'd be surprised by how many people just do a lot of don'ts and end up harming themselves in the long run. So let's get into this. So, when you're starting commissions, one of my tips and something that I did when I was starting out was I compared my art to artists that I felt was near me, or near my level of complexity. Obviously, everyone is at a different stage of development, and everyone has their own style, but there's gotta be some artists out there that you're like, you know, we're kinda on the same tier here, and they maybe have been doing, commissions for a long time, so you can kind of build your way off of them, and nothing to be ashamed of in doing that. So questions you want to ask yourself is, how much do they charge for, like, how much do they charge for each piece, and what type of art do they offer? Because a lot of times you're not just gonna see artists being like, boom, full body commissions, that's all I sell. Normally people sell line art, full bodies, half bodies, bust shots, different styles of painting. Like some people, I know that I like to do cell shading, which is more of a comic book style, what I'm drawing in this video, and my painting style. So you just gotta kind of ask yourself, I apologize for my ringer. You just kind of gotta ask yourself, you know, what you want to sell, and where your comfort zone is, because you don't want to sell anything that you're uncomfortable with or you don't feel confident in drawing, because if you don't feel confident in drawing it, you probably shouldn't be selling it. Decide if you want to, next point, decide if you want to price by time taken to draw or quality. Usually both tie hand in hand. If you spend more time on a piece, it tends to come out a lot more nicer. That's just subjective though, I just know that that's how it works for me. The more time I spend on something, the more detailed it usually comes out. But I usually do mine by quality, and it's pretty straightforward to do it like that. It's actually a lot easier than trying to calculate, okay, I drew for this many hours, let's charge them $2 per hour. I don't really time myself when I draw too much, excuse me, unless I'm making a speed paint. So I usually just go from quality, pretty straightforward. Third point for dues, ask your art friends and mentors what they think. There's gotta be a couple people that you look up to, that you do talk to. I know that I have those people. Two people that really helped me with this is Takamatsu-kun on Tumblr. I highly recommend checking her out. She has some amazing art. And Cornflower, who is here on YouTube. We've done a couple vlogs together, so you guys should really go check that out and check out her channel. Support her. I love her very much. They kind of guided me in the right direction, because I was extremely underpricing myself, surprisingly, and they're like, hey, don't do that. You should, like, you know, price yourself at what you're worth. So they kind of got that through my head, that I'm worth more than I thought I was. If you're on a Discord art chat, I know that I'm on this, like, 2 art chats that have over 200 members in it, and these are people who post to DeviantArt, Reddit, Twitter, they're everywhere. And, they've been drawing for quite a few years. So if you have a chat like that, you should really consider talking to them about their prices, because chances are they were where you were when they started out, and they would be more than happy to help you out, especially if they know what they're doing. And yeah, so that's what it is for dues. Now moving on to don'ts. Do not undersell yourself. If you are confident in your art, people will be confident in I can't speak. People will be confident in your art as well. Meaning, if you, usually when, like, you undersell yourself and, like, you have really good art, it just, from personal experience, I didn't get any commissions until I raised my pricing for some reason, and I think it just shows the confidence that you have, and people are like, hey, that person knows what they're doing, let's go give them money. It's really bad when you undersell yourself, and personally, if you're, like, a really top-tier artist and you're only selling, like, chibis for $5, I feel really sad, because I know that people would be paying more for it, and you're kind of just letting people abuse you at that point. That's my opinion. Don't take that personally, but don't undersell yourself. Next point, and this happens so often, don't let people tell you how to price your art. Your art is your art. If they can't afford your art, they shouldn't be telling you to move it down just so that they can. I know that this happened to me recently, and I'm like, what the heck, man? You decide how you price your art. No one else does that. If they can't afford, tell them to move on to a different artist or to save up. Ignore them. And I'm gonna ignore my last bullet point because my last bullet point is actually kind of bad. And my last don't. Do not, for the love of God, make polls about your prices. I know it seems like the easy way, especially with, like, hey, if I do a poll on this, I can get so many people's inputs. Well, let me tell you something. Most of the people voting on those polls probably don't know jack about pricing. It's not uncommon to see uneducated artists voting on those polls and bringing you down to a tier where you don't belong. It really makes you look less professional when you do that. You can, if you are, like I said, it's the confidence thing. If you are confident in your art and your prices, people will buy from you. You don't want to look less professional, especially when you're, you know, doing a profession and trying to make a profit off of it. And people will purposely underprice you if you make polls for art. I know it's happened to me. I've seen it happen to my friends. People are greedy. If you put your prices at way too low on the poll, people are gonna vote way too low so that they can afford your art later. Or maybe they're just jerks that, you know, want to underprice you and make you feel bad. I've seen that happen too. And that is basically all that I have for pricing. If you guys have any tips and tricks that you want to leave in the comments, or any discussions, maybe you have some pointers to give me that I got something wrong, drop those in the comments, because I'd really love to read them and talk to you guys about it. And I think I still got, like, how much longer do I have? 40 seconds. Alright, so let's talk about this piece. This piece I am really happy with. It's not like my usual painting style that I've been doing for the past couple pieces that I've had. This is more of a comic book style, inspired by J. Scott Campbell. I love his art. He does a lot of comics for Marvel and stuff, so it's like, and I wanted to give it a shot, so that's what this is. It is my angry demon lady, who I love dearly, and I love drawing her so much. She's so terrifying. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining this. I really hope that I helped you guys out. And again, if you have any comments or questions, just drop it down below. That's it for today. Feel free to check out my Redbubble and other links. Follow me on places. If you're not subscribed yet, maybe subscribe. And yeah, I've said and a lot, and a lot. Sorry about that. Have a nice weekend, guys, and stay artsy.